Some economic experts say the sinking loonie may be bad for the economy, but not the BC film industry. In fact, West Coast Film is starting to reel in the benefits. Blanca Blandon has the details. While there is currently no city regulation of commercial leasing, there is one available option for businesses who feel like they're being squeezed out by unfair rents. Local yoga teacher Danielle Hugenboom is getting ready for her annual trip to Jamaica. She went there for a yoga retreat 3 years ago and has been bringing donated goods ever since. She says meeting the founder of an organization that helps women and children in need changed her life.
So Sister Jackie is an ordinary woman in Jamaica that I met a couple of years ago, and she started a youth home. So she started taking in children with learning disabilities, wheelchair-bound children, children with HIV.
Hugenboom is collecting coloring books, iPads, and medical supplies to bring. Every year she has more donated goods, and this time she has the support of local businesses like Lunapad, a company that manufactures eco-friendly menstrual pads for women. They've donated close to 100 units so far, and co-founder Madeline Shaw says what Danielle is doing is inspiring.
Look at the benefit that it's having. Like, she's changing and providing material benefit to an entire community that would otherwise be severely marginalized, and just through her efforts she has recruited people to support her and businesses to support her.
Jamaica doesn't have the same social services that we have in place here, and Sister Jackie's House of Love caters to children and women who need the help most.
Sister Jackie is probably one of the most inspiring women that I've ever met. When you ask her why she does this, she says, if I didn't, who would? And I think that's something that we can really use in this world. If we can all do something small, we really can make a difference.
Hugenboom leaves for Jamaica in 2 weeks and hopes to bring 5 suitcases of donated clothes, art supplies, and used iPads with educational apps. If you'd like to donate, please visit Sister Jackie's House of Love on Facebook. Shannon Brennan in Vancouver for BCIT Magazine. Backyard chickens are becoming a common sight in Vancouver. Websites like dailyeggs.com are teaching people how to responsibly care for chickens in the city.
Come on, girls. This stuff is the best.
I got into building chicken coops right around the time that the bylaw was passed in 2010. Yeah. And I've just gotten more and more involved in the kind of community of people keeping chickens.
Vancouver's urban chicken bylaw is very specific. Owners are restricted to keeping only 4 hens and must register them with the city. Families are among the largest demographic who practice urban chicken keeping.
Once I heard that you could keep chickens in the city, it was about 2 years ago. We looked it up online and found out it was true. We also thought it would be a great teaching tool for our children to keep animals that you also utilize and learn how to care for them, and where your food comes from, and just teaching empathy for animals.
Not everyone supports keeping urban chickens. The Vancouver Humane Society's official position is against the movement, citing poor quality of life and animal health care as major concerns.
We believe there's a high probability that the birds' welfare might be at risk. For that very reason, we're against the keeping of backyard chickens. You know, there is a percentage of the population that probably doesn't provide the kind of care they require for a good life.
Now this spring, every week I'm getting a few calls about people with questions about getting chickens or wanting to buy a chicken coop. There's just a whole lot more interest across the board, whether it's getting chickens or just having chickens in an event.
While urban chickens may not have universal support, the growth of Duncan's business seems to indicate this trend is here to stay. Shannon Brennan in Vancouver for BCIT Magazine. Sophie Rhodes lives with the aftermath of her terrible accident every day. Left with a permanent limp and severe nerve damage, they are daily reminders of when she was struck by a vehicle and left critically injured on the side of the road.
I started walking, and I remember getting three steps onto the road before my whole body just went totally hot all of a sudden, especially the left side.
The accident left her hip and pelvis shattered, pinned into place by doctors. Her knee was so badly injured it required approximately 20 surgeries. She spent a month in hospital before being sent home with a specialized bed and wheelchair.
Because I have no idea where anything stands, where my life is. I can't get on with my life because it's just kind of limbo.
The accident took place at this site here at Adanac and Renfrew. Although there is no marked pedestrian crosswalk here,
It is a well-traveled bike route, and cyclists are expected to cross up to 4 lanes of busy traffic before safely reaching the other side. Police say their file on the accident is complicated and that their investigation is still pending.
I live day by day. You know, I hope for a phone call from the police that charges have been laid, and we'll move on with the court.
Sophie's injuries have left her unable to work. She lives on a small welfare subsidy and struggles to afford her basic living expenses, waiting for the news that her disability paperwork has been completed.
So they keep saying every 3 weeks, call back, and it's been 4 months since I've been calling every 3 weeks. I still have no word whether I'm accepted or not, which would bring me up to about $950 or so a month, which, I mean, that I could live on, not the way I used to live, of course, but I mean, it would put food on the table. He's probably not that bad of a guy. I mean, he just made a really stupid decision, but that decision affects my life every day.
Shannon Brennan in Vancouver for BCIT Magazine.